What's going on, beautiful people? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. This video was requested from a lot of people that want to be able to hook up their Enagic system under the counter. So if you guys are running out of space, or you guys have an island and you just want to minimize the counter space, this is a best setting that you can have, especially if you go to Iron Faucet and get their faucet that is meant for under the counter. Remember guys, Enagic already has a system that is meant for under the counter, which is the LeveLuk SDU, which is the under the counter model. But most people that travel and they want to take their machine with them everywhere they go, I highly suggest to get the K8 and get the system to put it under the counter. And I'm gonna give you guys a disclaimer here. If something happens to your machine and you did an installation the wrong way and you didn't pay nobody to get it done, then do not blame the company. If you ship it off to Enagic and tell them that you had it under the counter with this system, it's gonna void your warranty. I'm also gonna let you guys know on how to handle certain things if it happens to you and what to watch out for that could go wrong. So I'm gonna show you guys the steps and the tools needed for the process and how to prepare your machine as well.
Water, yeah, water, goddamn, water, okay, water, what? Water, drip, water, splash, water.
Alright guys, so I'm going to show you the tools and everything that comes with your faucet. When you order the faucet, make sure it's going to ask you what type of machine do you have. In this case, you would say you have a K8. So number one thing you need to have a hole in your granite or countertop. You need to have electricity under the sink that is running electricity. It cannot be just for the disposal. Most of them only work whenever you have the switch on. So that's the first thing to be able to do the whole setup. Now when you get your faucet, obviously you're gonna get the faucet, which comes with all this different hoses, everything quick connect. And then it's gonna come with the piece that you're gonna replace the alkaline hose with. This is the feeder that feeds the faucet with water, and it has a shut-off valve, which is awesome. It comes with quick connects to hook up behind the machine on the hoses, and it brings a T splitter so you can be able to hook up your regular faucet and then hook up the faucet for the Enagic system, okay, for under the counter. It has this base right here. This is the base that sits in the hole of the granite, and then it has a washer that holds it from the bottom so the faucet stays in place. And the nut that comes in the faucet, it's already here. You just unscrew it and then you remove it. And it also brings a manual. It shows you basically how to do it, but most of the instructions sometimes are very limited, so that's why I'm making this video. And the main tools you need, it's an adjustable wrench and one that you can move and tie the nut that comes in the faucet. What else you need? And since we're doing the K8 brings an extra hose whenever you purchase it. It's like this. This is to do the deep cleaning, and it's also to do these types of installation. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you the main thing that's gonna happen under the counter. This is the water hose. This is what turns on the water. Either you're cold or hot. In this sense, we're only adapting it to the cold water. So you make sure you shut off your water, because I don't want to put the video under there. I think it's better to show you guys this way. This is the same valve that you have under the counter. Then you unscrew, it's a 3/8 fitting, and this is the one that goes to your regular faucet, the one that you already have. And the connection that brings with your faucet, it's a T splitter. So basically you don't need to put Teflon tape because it already has a gasket. You screw this on like so, and then you get your adjustable wrench and you tie it up like so. once it's tight. Okay. And this top one is where you're gonna put back the same hose that was already there right here, that it's your regular faucet. That's for your regular water. So you put that one back here, and now here is where you hook up the blue line that comes with your faucet. So when you hook this up right here, this is the feeder, this is the valve, and then in the faucet itself, it has the other end of the blue line that's gonna go here. Hope that makes sense. So this was just a visual to show you guys what you need to install in the water place or the water section of this installation, which is the main important thing, okay? And if you guys know, these right here are quick connects. You can just hold, there's a ring, so if you move it up, it gets pulled. But if you want to remove it, you hold the ring and then you wiggle it, and then it comes apart. All right guys, so now we're gonna need to install the faucet. That's the first step, okay? So before we do that, and I'll give you guys a close-up, you want to unscrew the nut that comes in the faucet. And I'm gonna show you guys a trick here to get it off. If you just try to get it off like that, oh, it does come out. It's just whenever you're installing it, you want to move these cables one by one, and it just makes it easier for them to go in the hole. So you remove this nut right here, and remember, this is the one that basically stops the faucet from just going in, and it has a groove right here, and then it has a gasket in this other end for no leak. So the gasket is what goes in the countertop. And for the hole that needs to be here, it's a 2-inch hole. It's the standard hole for every faucet that you might encounter. So now we need to install this ring into the faucet, like so. Make sure the groove go inside and the gasket in the outside. You do that. And if you guys see, in the faucet itself, it has this gasket, and that's what seals it when it goes in the groove, like so. See? So now the faucet is ready to put in the hole and good to go. So now you make sure you do one by one, or you can do all of them if they fit. Like this. Like so. And you can move it later once you secure it in the bottom. Okay? So that's the first step. Second step is under the counter. You need to go with your washer, right? And then after the washer, the nut goes. And that's how you tie it up. And this is the one that I use for that situation. Make sure I grab it and I tie it as much as I can. Okay? Alright guys, so the nut right there for the faucet is secured. And here I already installed my T. Remember, this end goes to the regular faucet, and this would go to the one cables here to give water to the faucet here that we installed, to the under the counter faucet. All right, next one, you get the blue hose with the valve and you install it right here. You just put it in and that's it. And now you would get the blue hose from the under the counter faucet, and then you install this one right here. So this is the one that is gonna give water to the faucet. And you can regulate the valve or regulate the flow of the machine that comes out from the faucet. Alright guys, so after the last step, which is making sure everything under the counter is ready to go, you secured your lug nut from the faucet, you install the T in the cold water valve and the blue line from the faucet with the valve. Now we're good to go. Now we need to prepare the machine. So go to your K8, take off this door, get the acidic hose that came with your K8, the long one, remove this short one that you have, you just gotta pull this leverage right here, pull it down to remove this one, and then get this end and install it like you would the other one. And then you wiggle it and then make sure it's secured. You lock it back in place. So now we have this hose installed, okay? We want to turn it around. You can put this back. We want to turn your machine around. Unplug it from the power if it's plugged. Turn the machine around. And you can get the acidic hose as well turned. And now what you do, I already had a quick connect in my white line. You will go to your white line and you will cut it. Once you cut it, you bring this female point connector and then you connect it to this end of the white hose, okay? And then the one that's the male piece, you connect it to the other piece that you have left over. And this piece is gonna be whenever you travel, whenever you're moving your machine for cleaning, you're gonna wanna keep this one. So now, whenever you need it to travel, unhook it from the bottom, hook this one back, and you have your regular hose back, okay? So that's how that is. And now, I'm gonna do the same thing with my acidic hose, okay? So you get about 6 inches and you want to cut off the cable like so, okay? So you get your female piece and you hook it up to this end. Female always goes to the end of the machine, behind the machine. Squeeze it in, push it in all the way. So that's that. And then this end, you get the male piece and then you stick it into this end. Wiggle it. You can warm this up with some hot water and it can loosen it up. I just apply pressure, or I go in a corner and then I apply pressure until it's in all the way. Like that. See? So now if I wanted to travel with my machine, I'll just come, bring these hoses, connect them, and now I am back with having the longer hose, like if nothing happened. So in this case, we need to unhook them. Make sure you save these. Okay? And the third step to making sure your machine is ready, you come and get the flex pipe hose that gets you the Kangen water. You remove it. So you just unscrew it, okay? Set it aside. You want this whenever you travel as well. And now you get this hose that came with the faucet. It's a replacement for the flex pipe, and it has a quick connect for one of the hoses that is already from the faucet under the counter. So now what you do, you can clean this end a little bit. This already has a gasket, so you're good. Make sure you screw that on all the way, like so. So you guys hear it like this. And these hoses, all of them, you want them facing the same way, right here towards the back. And this is your power now. So basically, your machine, it is ready to go. Now we're gonna install it under the counter and show you guys how to connect the right hose that goes where. Get your K8, and I'm gonna do it like this for now so you guys can see. So this one right here, the conversion hose, would go with the yellow color, because this one is what gives you Kangen water from the top hose. So you want to hook that one up with this, like so. And the red hose, this one right here, is the one that goes with the acidic. So that's with the acidic water. Move this away. and then you hook that one up, like you guys see. And then this white one will go with the white one. And this is what feeds the machine water. Okay? Like so. And now you would hook this up to the power. So now we can turn the K8 around. And just like that, your machine, it is ready to go, ready to be used, okay? You want to turn your water line again on. This is your cold water line, okay? And then you want to turn the valve on as you want to apply pressure. See? And now you want to check for any leaks. Turned it all the way. And if you turn on the faucet, it should work. And like I said, if you want to regulate the flow, you can regulate it here. That way people can open up the faucet all the way and not get super powerful flow. Okay? So that's that. Alright guys, so now once you hook up the machine, the things you want to make sure you always do whenever you change the filter, or whenever you're going to run an e-cleaning, or if you're going to remove it to take it with you somewhere, these are the steps you need to do to make sure nothing ever happens. Okay? So you want to come, let's say we want to remove the filter to replace the filter and put a new one, right? You come here, and if you open this and take off the filter, it's gonna flood because there's water in the lines, okay? So you wanna make sure you turn the machine over, come here to the valve, shut off the valve, okay? And to make sure it did shut off, turn on the water, no water comes out, then you're good. Then you get like a little bucket like this, and then you basically get your acidic hose. You can move this off the way like that. You get your acidic hose, and then you unhook it like this. See? And that's what's gonna happen. This one not too much, but the machine needs to be able to drain. So now you let it drain, and once it's drained, you can go back and take off the filter, put the little filter cap for the e-cleaning, or just make sure, take it off so you can actually take it with you on a trip, or whenever you travel, you can still take your machine with you. So, it's about maybe a full cup of water that it drains. See, now it basically stopped. So if you're gonna just change the filter, once it drains all the way like that, you hook it back up, you take off your filter, take off the locking mechanism, remove your filter, and now you're good to go. There's no leaks, there's nothing like that in the machine, okay? You get a rag, clean right here. And now you can put your filter back in there. Here it drips all the way. You put it back in here. And now you are good to go. And that's why the LeveLuk SD501U under the counter has a bucket under it to do this process. So since this one is not made for that, you have to do it on your own. So just make sure you understand that, and now you're good to go. So you can put your thing back on, and now you can plug up your machine to the power again, like so. And now your machine is plugged up, powering on. And now I'm gonna show you how it looks in the top. That was it for the installation. Hope everything made sense. One more tip, this comes with your faucet. It's very important. This is whenever you're gonna do the e-cleaning. It's a plug for the bottom acidic hose. So when you take that, make sure you place it in a safe spot. You know, you can take it out and you put the narrow side inside the acidic hose like this. And now you can make sure you run an e-cleaning and you are good to go. The water's not gonna come out from here. And the water does not even reach here. So, hope that made sense. And now I'm gonna drink a glass of fresh Kangen water and celebrate with you guys. Cheers. Amazing. Change your water, change your life. Peace, guys. God bless.